Welcome back to this episode of Bearcat Chats, and really excited to talk with some of our first year students now entering their second semester. We've got Patrick Rooney, Melissa Torchio, and Ken Yang. To all three of you, thanks so much for joining me. Let's start with you, Ken, and then everyone else can jump in. We've been talking about like you guys as first year students and what it must be like to start college in the midst of the pandemic with all these different restrictions. Take me back to August and what your thinking was as you got ready to come up to campus.
Yeah, so I was initially very hesitant because my parents were still definitely very aware of the pandemic, but I said I wanted a more traditional college experience, so I decided to opt in for on-campus housing, and I was really excited to meet everyone and make new friends. And definitely, when I moved in August, everything went super smoothly. Binghamton did an amazing job at the COVID testing site, and everything went really smoothly.
Yeah, I definitely can relate to you there. I was kind of apprehensive or maybe, unsure what to expect, but the university did a very good job handling, moving, they did it over a week. So you got to, just pick a day and you came in, got tested, and then, it was smooth sailing from there. So it was, I'm glad that I decided to opt in for the fall semester.
Yeah, I was the same way. I really no idea what I was coming into. So besides Binghamton's move-in program, everything went super slow and easy. And yeah, didn't have an issue.
And we'll go backwards order. Melissa, starting with you, what was it like, those first couple of weeks, even those first couple of days, you're making friends, you're getting to know roommates and floor mates. What was that like as obviously, you wanted to make sure to maintain the proper social distancing?
Yeah, so I wasn't sure how that was gonna look, like making friends. So I made sure to put myself in the position that I'd be meeting a lot of people. So I joined like a bunch of clubs. I joined Ultimate Frisbee Club. I joined the Field Hockey Club, the Bee Club, and then I joined the Emerging Leaders Program, the Freshman Research Immersion Program, and the Living Learning Community in CIW in College in the Woods. So I just want to make sure I was in a position to be able to be around like a diverse group of people. And actually the best friends that I've made on campus was my suite mates. So that worked out really well.
Yeah, Melissa, what you said about joining clubs and programs, I think that's very important. Obviously we're in a pandemic, so it's different for sure. But I also joined ELP. Melissa and I were actually in the same knowledge community from ELP. So that was a great platform to meet a lot of people. It was also very fun. And then I'm also part of the first year research immersion program, and I've also met a bunch of other cool people there. So I really think that getting involved in clubs and programs is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, same for me. I think the first week definitely was reaching out to suite mates and getting to know them. And then also like going around the hall and seeing which doors are open and talking to random strangers. And that's how I really got to meet people. And I also joined a few clubs such as the Marketing Association, Professional Wise, and Enactus, which is like the entrepreneurial club. And I also joined some cultural clubs like the Taiwanese American Student Coalition. So those were different methods that I tried to make new friends and get to know new people as well.
And you're involved, Ken, with your residence hall as well.
Yeah, I'm the vice president of public relations for O'Connor Hall in Dickinson, and that way I was also able to meet like other people within my hall as well as in the broader Dickinson Town Council community.
But you guys are making it sound easy for students, even if they've been at Binghamton for a little bit, or if this is their first semester. How did you go about getting involved in these clubs? Was it through the virtual fair? Was it through word of mouth? Was it through professors? What was sort of the means to get your foot in the door?
Definitely. I think the virtual fair that you mentioned, they obviously they advertise at a ton, so that's a great resource. And then also just like on the Binghamton, I think the pods menu, like they'll advertise also like that's how I got into FRI. I saw like just like a little I guess pop up there. Also for ELP, they were encouraging applicants to submit. So definitely they did a very good job virtually advertising. That's how I got involved. And also through word of mouth also, just around campus there's buzz. So it's definitely easy to get involved. They're doing a very good job with that.
So like I was going through Be Engaged. So that was like a big one for me. And honestly, I think it's really cool that they're doing all this virtual stuff versus in person because it makes it really easy to jump on calls when you really don't have enough time to be like going in person somewhere. So that's why it's like so manageable to do so many different clubs, is because you can just jump on a bunch of different calls and check it out and see what you're interested in. So yeah, I just kept an eye out for all those alerts and Be Engaged emails.
Gotcha. Let's talk academics. I imagine the three of you had been doing some form of remote learning in high school, but still, going to college is nerve-wracking in general. Before pandemic, um, Melissa, how did you sort of adapt to the course load, particularly when almost all of it was not in person?
So kind of like you said, I had some experience with online courses just because my school got shut down in like March. So we were already kind of doing online classes, but I had no idea what to expect coming here or like how comparable it would be. So I guess like the biggest challenge I had was paying attention. It was really a struggle to not play on my phone and stuff. Um, so for me, I just had to kind of make sure that I was focusing on the computer and adjusting that way, is just making sure that I'm not dazing off when there's not an instructor walking back in front of me to remind me to pay attention.
That's a good point. Moving completely virtually, it's easy to get distracted. And on top of that, I feel like staying committed to a schedule is also quite important because it's easy to kind of just, you know, move at your own pace, if you will, and kind of just, I wouldn't say slack off, but I guess not move as much as you need to, like in terms of staying on top of things. So I feel that kind of nailing down a schedule and a routine really helped me with the online learning.
Yeah, I agree, as well as using different sources such as like Google Calendar to make sure that everything's organized, as well as making like physical calendars and just planning out your day. And I found that creating an actual learning environment in a dorm room, like study lounge with other friends who might have like asynchronous lectures, is also really helpful to study together as well, socially distanced and everything.
Yeah, a couple of follow-ups off that. First of all, what about, like, let's say there was an assignment where you needed some help. How did you guys go about reaching out to other students in the class, or reaching out to, or developing a relationship with a professor?
I think right off the bat, from my personal experience, a lot of my classmates and I have created like group chats, which are very useful for staying in touch and maybe asking for help with like an assignment, or you want to just check for understanding with someone. And then also I've had the opportunity to work with my professors in review sessions and maybe some office hours too. So like they're I've been fortunate enough to work with professors who are setting up these opportunities for us, and it's something to take advantage of for sure.
Melissa, you're nodding your head.
Yeah, no, I agree totally. That's like it was very, very difficult to form a relationship with my professors, especially like my chemistry class where there's like 300 kids in it. So the best advice I can give is just go to office hours as much as possible, and then you can form that relationship, and then your teacher can help you better because they know what you're struggling with.
What about limiting screen time? There's a lot of Zoom time. We've got our phone. It's easy to get sort of in that where you're not moving around a lot. As we sort of transition into talking mental health, how did you remain active during the course of the day?
Yeah, so I guess after classes, some of my favorite things to do on campus is definitely walking to the nature preserve and looking at all of the scenery, and then as well as biking around campus when the weather was really nice, and just grabbing lunch with friends and sitting down and chatting and having some time off of our computer and phones to really relax that way.
I would definitely agree. I've been to the preserve a few times. It's beautiful back there. I've also tried to, just like stay active, whether it be walking around campus or when it's clear outside, going for runs because there are, tracks, and going to the gym when I can. So there are a lot of resources to take advantage of, and it's really important to stay active because it helps you physically and mentally.
And what about now? Now there's a new ice skating rink, so you know, everyone better get their skates on. What's the biggest advice you would give, starting with you, Melissa, to students who are just starting their Binghamton career? What's something you wish you would have known coming in that now you're like, oh, that makes sense?
Yeah, something that I wish I would have known was I guess like how to navigate Blackboard. That was the hardest part for me. So my advice would have to be to make sure that you go into all your classes early before they start, fully read through your syllabus, mark down all the important dates, because I happen to skip over the part that tells you when your test dates are. That was not fun. So make sure you know where all your test dates are, and just scour the internet so that you know where everything is before it's too late.
For me, I think one of the biggest tips that I got was having this Chrome extension, which organized all of your Zoom calls into one little like section. So then you'll be able to like easily click into the classes without needing to bother like finding it out through the syllabus, and as well as just creating schedules that will help you manage your time and making sure that all your assignments are in the right places as well.
It's all about the Chrome extensions, you know. Patrick, what about for you?
Definitely just staying organized, reading the syllabus. I mean, you know, staying top of class, keeping up with the classwork. It just, you know, it is what it is right now. Is what we got so far, and it's something that if I had to tell incoming students, I would definitely say, you know, it's gonna be okay. You know, it's gonna be under control. Everything's gonna be all right. There's no need to worry, and you know, just enjoy the process. Definitely.
And even though all three of you have gotten off to like incredible starts with all these activities you're involved in, what's something now that you're a little more situated this semester that you're looking forward to doing, or focusing more in on?
Like I said before, I'm part of FRI, the research program, and I'm really looking forward to working with my team on our project. I'm part of the environmental visualization stream, and so what we can do is we actually do a lot of field work, and this semester we're going to collect a lot of data using drones and other geospatial spatial sensing technology, and I'm looking forward to learning more about that because it's interesting, it's unique, and I'm looking forward to it and learning more about research and, you know, academics in general.
I'm super excited to get back into the clubs, because I just think it's so cool how specific you can get about something. Like I said before, I was in a bee club, which is literally learning about bees and honey and how they produce honey. And I'm excited for the sports clubs so I can get a little bit back in shape, hopefully, because with the gym being at like low capacity and stuff, it's really difficult to be able to get a good workout in. So I'm definitely excited for that.
Yeah, and for me, I think I'm really excited to get back into Enactus, which is the entrepreneur club. We're actually helping small businesses that are local to the community here at Binghamton and helping them with like technological and like financial aid in terms of getting them back up and ready to go in terms of adapting to COVID-19 and the whole pandemic. So providing them all of the necessary resources and helping them promote their businesses to college students on campus, I think is something that's really purposeful and something that I really enjoy doing.
That's a great point, Ken, because people don't realize, understandably, especially as first year students, that the greater Binghamton community, there's a lot of opportunity
Mhm.
beyond campus as well. So that's great that you're already taking advantage of that. Well, Patrick Rooney, Melissa Torchio, Ken Yang, we're also happy to have you as students and that you're doing so well thus far and seem to be adjusting seamlessly. And thanks for your insight and advice.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
thank
having
you.
us.